Espionage during the Cold War. The espionage started at the beginning of the Cold War. It was mainly between the United States and the USSR, but all the NATO allies like Belgium, Canada, Italy, etc., and the countries who signed the Warsaw Pact like Bulgaria, Hungary, and some others, were involved in the espionage at that time. Espionage is a very serious matter for some, a deadly serious business. It violated international laws and normal codes of civilized conduct, and yet it is virtually universal because it was considered a matter of vital national importance for some countries. The primary purpose of espionage at that time was to gather information and intelligence about the enemy, their military technical capabilities, their actions, and intentions. The United States and the USSR spent large amounts of money recruiting, training, and outfitting of spies and agents, then deploying them around the world. KGB and CIA were the agencies in charge of that. The KGB, established in March 1954 in Moscow, was originally designed to be a state security committee and was attached to the Council of Ministers. However, it operated more independently than any of the other bodies of the government within the Soviet Union. The KGB was the world's largest spy and state security machine. More than 500,000 people worked within the KGB and there were thousands of agents abroad. In fact, the KGB had more success because they were better organized. Likewise, the Central Intelligence Agency, when it was established, it proved to be a great source of America's information during the Cold War with the Soviet Union. During the Cold War, the CIA played the biggest role in counter-espionage ever, but once the Cold War began, the focus fell on the CIA control. The Lockheed U-2, nicknamed Dragon Lady, is an American single-jet engine, ultra-high altitude reconnaissance aircraft operated by the United States Air Force, U.S. Air Force. Early versions of the U-2 were involved in several events through the Cold War, getting information from the enemies, being flown over the Soviet Union, China, Vietnam, and Cuba. The U-2 is one of a handful of aircraft types to have served the United States Air Force for over 50 years. Julius and Ethel were arrested on the charge of conspiracy to commit espionage. Specifically, they were accused of heading a spy ring that passed top-secret information concerning the atomic bomb to the Soviet Union. The Rosenbergs vigorously protested their innocence, but after a brief trial in March 1951 they were convicted. On April 5, 1951, a judge sentenced them to death.